Hello everyone, welcome to this video tutorial. In today's tutorial, we're going to take a look the tools that provided by Technical Analysis 2. So this is the first video tutorial in the tools playlist. So what type of the videos we are put it in here? We're going to put all these video tutorials to show you guys how to use the tools and little utilities provided in the application. So in our release 1, we only have one tool called CSV File Separator. So in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to use this little tool and what this tool is doing. Okay, so let's go straight to the application. All right, so the tools that the plan is we're going to provide so many utilities and useful tools in this manual group. So what I'm going to talk about is the CSV file separator. Okay. What this thing is doing? What is this little tool is? It's provided for us. So first of all, remember in our release 1, we're saying we don't provide support for the other types instead of the stocks, so you can't display the chart for commodities, bonds, index of funds, currencies, etc. But this is the way that we probably allow you to still load other type of equities into our application and use our indicators. What I mean is, first of all, let's go into download some CSV file. First of all, what I'm going to talk about is the standard way that our application supports. So basically, as you can see, when I'm open a very typical one, CSV file that provided by our application is this kind of format. So it's kind of CSV file. The CSV is a file separated by commas, so that's why it's comma separated files. And you have to have a header, and it tells it separates each column. The first column is security code, second column is date, and you have open price, high sell price, low sell price, and closing price, etc., and total volume and traded. So that's a standard format of CSV supported by our application. So actually in the market, so like other applications, Stock Easy or Meta Stock, so they all provided this kind of format, right? As long as you have a CSV file stores that contains the open, high, low code, the traded date, and volume, you can load it into your application. So let's just that's why we have a little tool here to let you to do it. All right, so from now on, I'm going to show you and a practical example, so you guys know what I mean. For example, if you go into a very popular investment website, which is investing.com, for example. So let's go in there. For this tutorial, we're going to download some of the commodity historical data, right? If you click the commodity right here, so I'm gonna download gold, silver, and crude oil. For example, this is our gold. If you want to download historic data, you can go to historical data, click here, and they have very kindly provided a download utility for us. So basically you just need to specify a date. For example, let's say we are download 2013, okay, and you apply that date. So basically you download from the 6th of December 2013 to present day, which is 4th of January. Okay, so I think that's okay. So you apply it, right? As you can see, the start and end date. So the frame we use in daily because our application supports daily. The daily the daily data. So you click the download. All right, sorry, I'm gonna just sorry, I have to use another account. Wait a second. So you need to have a Google account in order to do it. You want to download their data. So basically, you want to record your personal information, but that's okay. So I'm using this one. I'm going to the code. And we're going to download some historic data. Click that, and we specify, okay, 2013 to 4th of January 2022, and we download it. Okay, so it will goes to our downloads folder. Okay, let's go to Silver. Actually, you can download anything. Now I'm just gonna, show some example here, easily for us to understand. The 2 metal and 1 energy and 1 index. Okay, historic data. Let's specify the send date. Okay, apply it and download. Okay, our silver data downloaded, and now let's go our download WTI. I think you guys familiar with the WTI is the crude oil west to that one, the crude oil WTI future. You can also use the Brent oil, which is in UK, but let's just go for this one, WTI. Okay, let's specify the send date and apply it and download it. Okay, the last thing, let's download a commodity index, which is the index include all the commodities. Hopefully it's called Dow Jones Commodity Index right here, DJ Commodity. Let's download that one. It's just in terms of the commodities, the future prices. I think this commodity index just kind of like the market index in our stock market. Like you can compare your share with Dow Jones index. So this one is that you can compare your future price with the commodity index value, right? So that's why I want to show you guys this one as well. So apply it, and then you download it. Okay, now I can close this one now. Close that one as well. All right, everything is in our download folder. Okay, so let's take a look one of them. For example, the gold. So as you can see, the gold data looks like this. Compared with the standard CSV file that we can load it in our application, they do not have code because we require the first column as the symbol, or you need to have a name for those things, but it doesn't have it. But it doesn't matter. So you have 2 ways to add this code in, or you can just leave it as. The first one is you can open up this one in Excel and add 1 more column in the front and give it the name as gold. Or you can rename this file. If you don't want to do anything, you can just rename this one with a space separated thing. For example, gold. Our application will use the first character, because you separated by space. So the first portion that's separated by space is gold, so it will use gold as a code name. So if you okay, so it looks like gold, silver, that's fine, but this one I want to use WTI. I don't want to put a crude in it, so let's just say WTI. Also this one I want to name it as DJ Commodity maybe CB, just yeah, DJCB, right? So I'm not adding using my Excel and add one column in the front. So this one probably the same. So as you can see, there is no yes, it has date, open, high, low, volume. It has actual column in the end. That's fine. But they do not have the first code column. So I don't want to use Excel, so I'm gonna just rename my file. The CSV separator will use this thing as the code. All right. This one is becomes WTI and silver. So that one you're using silver and also gold. All right, you rename it. But if you have something like in the first one, for example, this one you have, sometimes you have any equities name is like X, Y, Z, you know, you have first column as the code, and then you don't need to do anything, but you don't have this, you need to rename your file. Don't save it. So, yeah. Okay. Now, for example, our application, if you load like this, we can't display it. And this utility will convert those files to our application recognized file format. Okay. Now let's show you guys how to do it. Very easy. First one is you open the CSV file separator. So input file, and then that will be, for example, where you download it. For example, I'm gonna do the gold. So input file is the gold future blah 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 CSV, right? So that's my input file. And file input date format. So what that really means is you need to open the gold future. You take a look this, the date column. You need to choose the correct format in that file, right? For example, this one is the 3-character month, date, comma, and then year in the 4 digits. So you go into here and then you click this drop down list and then take a look if we have a correct format. So it looks like the last one is the correct format. As you can see, the 3-character month, 2-digit day, comma, and a year, right? So that looks right for that one. Yeah. So if in your case, if you're in your CSV file, you have different way. You need to pick up the correct format, right, to matching what you have, the format used to display. So basically, you need to pick up the correct format in your CSV file, and then you select the item. So in my case, it's displaying like that. All right, so I'd pick this one. All right, output folder. You need to tell the separator where you're gonna put those files in. So for example, I'm gonna go to B drive test folder, commodity, and a gold. So I want all this converted file into this gold folder. So I'm select this folder. So once I select everything, right, just click start, right? So I'm gonna explain append record existing OHLC CSV file later, but for now, let's just do this. If you click the star and CSV file passed successfully. Okay, let's go into our commodity gold. So as you can see, you have generated all these files. For each date, you have one single file, and you open any one of them. As you can see, the first one is a code. That's gold, right? Because as I said, if you don't have in the original file, if you don't have a code specified, it will use the first part of your file name. So in my case, it's gold, right? Let's go into here, gold, all right, capitalized. And then you have a date converted to another format, which is more common using our application, year, month, day, and your open, high, low, and your finally it's your transaction volume, right? So in this way, instead of everything in the one file, in this way is all the code, all these you know, code, dates, open high low price and trade volume in for every single day in a separate file, then our application can load this. What we can do is, if you, for example, open, because it's commodity, so it's not belongs to any country and area, it's a global thing, so it's a global, and you select the commodities, you select the user defined. So take a look this one, because the default is year, month, date. Take a look, this matches with the our converted format. So what I really mean is, so as you can see here, year, right, month, date. Okay, so that's correct. And then finally you have to point to where the application can load your file data from. So basically it's test, commodity, a gold folder, and you select that folder and you click import. Cool. So as you can see, 2,133 files processed successfully. Right, seems to reload it. If you refresh the market tree, and you can see the gold is right here. That's in your commodity. Instead of stocks, we are loaded as commodity, so it's in our commodity category. That's the, oops. Okay, user defined market, the code. You double click that gold. As you can see, that gold weekly chart has been loaded successfully, right? Okay. Let's provide some, just ignore those messages for now. Okay, so okay, so the gold loaded successfully. As you can see, you can suppose with this file, with this gold data loaded, we can display the chart, and you can use our application, including the trend spectrum, everything, because gold does not provide much volume information, so you can't display that one. Sorry. So you can provide moving average, and yeah, so you can use MACD, etc. So now this is the first usage, the common way of doing how you can separate the CSV file from any other source and convert it to a standard format that our technical analysis tool can load them and display them. So that's a really convenient way we can do it. Let's close that one, and let me just load the others. For example, I'm gonna go to convert that silver. Okay, so this time I'm choosing silver future. So the silver future is hopefully the same format as that one, so I need to just make sure the date is month, date, comma, and a year. Okay, so that's correct. Month, date, comma, year, so that's correct. And output, I want to put it in test commodity silver folder. Okay, select that and click start, and then successfully. Finally, I'm gonna convert our WTI crude oil to crude oil folder, commodity WTI folder, sorry, and I click everything the same, start. Okay, looks like processed successfully. Just let me. Okay, the silver data is in here. That's correct. WTI is here. That's all good. Now, finally, let's just import that DJCB, the commodity index, Dow Jones commodity index, to the tester folder, commodity CB folder. Okay, and That looks so good. Started. Okay, that's successfully. Take a look at the file. Now it's generated. Okay, so let's test it and close that one for now. If we go into our market data tree and then we click everything, let's just try to load the silver data again. So this time, let's just do the global commodity user defined. Let's change it folder to silver. Select it and import. Okay, and refresh it. So silver is loaded. Okay, so you can open the chart for the silver. So that's the silver future chart looks like. All right. So if you open the investing.com website, you open the silver chart, so it will look like this as well. So that's the same thing. Yep. So we can load them, and let's just click that. Last thing is the commodity index. Let's load that index in it. See if we can display it or not. Commodity use define. Let's change it to CB folder. So that's our Dow Jones commodity index, and we can import it. Okay, we load it. Refresh it. DJCB, and that's the index. Right. Cool. So we have loaded, but have you guys found an issue right now so far? Even though we can display it, but we really want everything in the same file, right? So we don't want to. When I want to load gold, I have to import gold. If I have silver, I need to clear the market data and import gold from a different folder again. So I really want everything into one file, which is, for example, I want my gold, silver, crude oil, everything in this file, in this CB same file. So first one is the index. I want it, for example, I want a second line have gold, third line have silver, and for every day. In that case, I only need to load this folder, and now I can display everything. I can even compare future with the index performance, so that's a more powerful function. Can we do that? Yes, the CSV file separator can help you to achieve that as well. So I'll show you how we can do this. Okay, assuming you already converted the normal way everything to the CB folder. So at the moment, CB in the CB folder and the file only have the index data for every day. Okay. Now you're going to you open to CSV File Separator 2. So first of all, you want to put gold daily data into that CB file as well. So what you can do is you input file, you point to the raw file. So that's the gold future in the download, right? In the download folder, you select that. You specify the file, the date format, which is the that guy as well, right? Because that was in there. And then the output folder, you pick up the CB folder, which is where you want to merge your daily chart into. So commodity CB, because you want everything in this CB folder, right? So at the moment it only have all the files, but for inside each file only have the index data. So you want to merge gold data into here, so that's why you need to select the CB. Let's select it. All right, the last thing, now you need to check append record, right, into existing OHLC CSV file. The OHLC stands for open, high, low, close. Okay, so if you check that one, basically that means you want to merge everything from the input file and to an existing file, which is the output folder or CB folder. So you want to do this. First of all, There's another thing you need to confirm is in our existing one, what is the date format displayed. So in our existing one, that's in our CB folder. Okay, so let's take a look here. So if it's not that clear enough, so it is saying year, month, and date. Okay, looks like we picked up the correct one. Year, month, date. All right, everything's fine, and you click star. Just wait a little bit. Okay, so it says process CSV file successfully. What happened now? If you go into your CB folder, right, you open any one of them. So as you can see, the gold for the send date, 2014 August 22, the gold data goes into send correct file as well, right? Okay. Pick up another one. So as you can see, the gold data is merged into the same file, right? Now, what about we can merge our the silver data in the same file. So I only need to change that silver, the input file to the silver, and I click start again. Okay, so successful, and you pick up the WTI and click start. Okay, it's all finished because the star button disabled means the whole process finished. Okay, we probably can improve this utility to better responsive, like progress bar, etc. But I think the reason we didn't do that is it really doesn't take too long, even though for this 8 years data it's very fast, so we don't put the progress bar. You just be a little bit patient, waiting to see the start button become disabled, and you see this process CSV file successfully, and you can close that thing, close the dialog. Okay, now let's go into the CB and refresh it, see what happened when we merged 3 commodities into that index file. So as you can see, for the send date, the gold, silver, WTI all in the same file. In this case, we only need to load the file from this folder, and we can open any one of the chart for displaying. We even can compare the gold performance with your index. We can compare any pair, so we can compare gold with silver, or compare gold with crude oil, etc. Let's do that. Okay, let's just open another one. Yep, that's pretty much the same. The date, file, data in the same file. It's all merged into one file. Okay, that's fantastic. Let's go load this thing. All right, you go into application, import file. Let's say the commodity this time we pick up the global, because commodity is a global commodity. The market, you pick up the category, pick up the commodities. And market code, we have only one available at the moment, user defined. That doesn't matter. Yes, we're trying to load from the B drive, test, commodity, and CB folder, right? Let's do import. Okay, file imported successfully, and refresh it. Okay, this time, as you can see, the gold, silver, and WTI, the crude oil data and index data in the same, they're all been loaded. Okay, see, let's open the let's open the crude oil chart, see if we can open it. Yes, let's open the silver been loaded. Gold can be loaded, and DJCB can be loaded. Okay, so you can actually make your own, commodity group file or other type, even though you have any any data related to any content, for example, a housing or property, as long as you have that data and the data have the price, open, high, low, close, and the date of transaction and the volume, trade volume of this, the transaction volume, and also the code. Even though you do not have a code, that's all good. You can combine it in the CSV file and load it to our application to do more analysis. For example, just to prove that, you can compare the WTI with RSM, the relative strength index, right? So relative strength mass field index in this chart. For example, we're comparing the crude oil with the overall index. As we can see, the crude oil is outperformed the entire commodity index. But in the other hand, if you compare the gold with the DJCB index performance, as you can see, the gold is down, is underperformed the overall commodity index in the past year. However, the WTI is outperformed the commodity index for the past year, 2021, right? So that's the example how you guys can use this tool. Hopefully, hopefully you think this utility is useful for your case. Okay, so in our future release, if we have more stuff to check to put it in that tools manual, the group, we will create a new video tutorial to show you guys how to use that in utility. But for this video tutorial, I think we have showed you guys how to use this CSV file separator in a different mode. One is the simple one, just convert one. A second one is to merge everything into the one file, right? Okay. All right. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your watching. If you have questions, please leave your comment below. Our team member can answer your question if you see those questions. Yep. So I'll see you guys in the next video tutorial. Thanks for your time. Bye for now.